Is the stream? Has the stream started? It started. It started. Oh god. Oh. Anyways, um, I didn't think the stream would just start, but yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Siga, just Siga, the gang boss of the C gang. I haven't done this intro in so long, but yeah. Today we're gonna finish up these bad boys, the Gorger Mawpack, which I had a head swap to make them look like a little cryptid, but I'm not allowed to say it on stream. So you guys, if you guys are familiar with which cryptid it is, you're in the know. But yes, so I really liked. Okay, there we go. Nice. So I really liked how. Yo, it's popping up. Thank you for the heart, Salty. I actually can't see who gives it, but I know it's you. But yeah. So I think I've been painting a lot, and I think this one was the one I did like before, like in the last stream, and I did progress a little bit with her. Is the autofocus gonna happen? Are we happening? Is it hip and happening today? Is the autofocus just dead? Autofocus in my hand? Okay, hold on. Configure video. Camera control. Autofocus. Apply. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's on. It's on. It's on. We're good. Autofocus in my hand. But yeah, here we go. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm liking how she turned out. I just need to darken the mouth area. Yeah. So far, like these are like I've been pretty shy about the whole painting process, and I am like really just stepping out of my comfort zone here. Just showing you guys what the painting, how the painting is going. But I want to kind of do this small series where where we're gonna paint. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm doing for the week. I'm not in any ways a professional miniature painter. There's a lot of YouTube channels that I personally follow that are like really good at what they do. A few I can mention is Scott the Miniature Maniac, who runs Maniac. We got um, Midwinter Minis. We got Rogues Hobbies. We got Ninjon. So for me, I'm more of a beginner miniature painter, and I recently just 1 month ago I started. Yeah, I finally took the dip into Warhammer after being a fan of the lore for so many years, and we're finally like stepping out of our comfort zone here and painting miniatures. So I'm actually not quite sure what the plan is for the channel. I don't want to make any promises because whenever I do, they tend to not happen. So what I want to do now is just create a constant stream of content. Just, appease the algorithm gods and see what sticks. So far, the shorts have been pretty good. I think for someone who is just releasing shorts, they've been performing pretty okay. And I'm really happy about that. I was kind of scared at first that people won't be as receptive towards like a VTuber trying out miniature painting. And I think the word tourist gets thrown around, but as someone who, has invested quite a bit of time and money, free time isn't so common these days, especially when you're an adult. I do not actually. Thank you. Um, yeah, free time isn't as common nowadays. I completely forgot the music, but here we go. But yeah, yeah, free time isn't as common nowadays, especially when you're an adult. So getting to paint on a daily basis is such a blessing to me. I really, really enjoy like the hobby. This is the painting side for now. I haven't actually gotten to play games yet, but I am like ready to play Warcry. That's the only one I'm ready for. I do have like boxes for the armies for both Age of Sigmar. I think I have like 1,000-point Stormcast Eternal, 2,000-point Stormcast Eternal army ready to go. But for Warcry, it's the one that's like painted and ready to go. I have the Unmade, which is my very first complete warband for Warcry, and I think complete group for miniatures actually. And I'm pretty proud of how they turned out, and I think they were one of my favorite ones to paint. I'll eventually show them off as a video idea, but they were my favorite ones to paint because they, unlike my usual like picks for these things, the Unmade and other like chaos factions, they tend to be very messy and dirty and like a lot more grimdark than the protagonist like poster boys come out to be. So you can make mistakes. You're allowed to make mistakes with them because they wouldn't be as noticeable as, for example, you're painting something clean like maybe a non-grimdark Space Marine. If you were to like miss like a certain like brush stroke, it's definitely like a lot more seen because of the uniformity of how the model like should look. You know, it's supposed to be clean, clinical. Unless you're painting them grimdark, then grimdark is if you were intentionally adding dirt and grime, it can be a lot easier than painting clean. For me, like I really do struggle painting clean miniatures, just because I don't think I have the patience to just sit down and continuously paint something to look uniform. I need some eye candy for me. Like I need something that not really tickles my fancy, but like gives me a little bit of play. You know, I can play around with it. And I am so excited to actually paint the Skaven Tide bundle. I do like Salty and I picked up the Skaven Tide and the minion boxes actually. So Salty will be painting the Stormcast Eternals at her request, and I will be painting the Skaven, which is gonna be fun. I really miss the Rat Boys. I'm a big fan of Vermintide actually. I played the heck out of Vermintide 1 and 2 and Darktide. So seeing that like the Skaven like come back in full force. Plastic rats, yeah. Seeing the Skaven come back in full force is like it's such an exciting thing to witness. I remember how Skaven wasn't really a part of Age of Sigmar for the earlier times, like the earlier releases. And now that Skaven Tide came out, they're just coming in, you know, full swing. Rats, we are the rats. And I'm excited. I am very excited to seeing how the new Age of Sigmar plays, and I only hear a lot of good things about it because apparently there's a lot of good changes, and changes is good for keeping the game fresh, especially for something as competitive as Warhammer. As much as I want to say that Warhammer doesn't need to be competitive, stuff like that, and I'm part of the casual audience, Like Warhammer in itself really is just competitive, you know? Like that's how Games Workshop is gearing towards it. You know, they're running tournaments. They've got like constant meta changes, which annoy me because I haven't even got, like, for example, I picked up the box of the Ultimate Starter set for 10th edition 40k, but I haven't even gotten to play around with it, and we suddenly have 10.5 release, and like I have to relearn the rules again because there's so many like different rule changes that I wasn't quite acquainted with, that it just killed the momentum for me. Like I wanted to learn 40k 10th edition, but it's gonna take some time again because I was trying to learn and then all of a sudden, bum, throw everything out the window. It's like we've got a new release, and I'm just a little bit sad about it. I know, like a lot of people saying it's a good thing, but as a newbie who just picked up the game, like there's a lot of things that you had to like cross-reference, and it can get really, really annoying to just, you know, because the paperback contents of the set is no longer relevant. Like there's been changes, and you know, I just want to get a game in. But now that there's a new patch, you know, I can play the old patch, sure, but like knowing that you're playing the old patch feels kind of bad, man. Feels bad. Feels pretty bad. Oof. Warcry though. Warcry has been, I think Warcry was, because I had the choice between like, okay, maybe I dip my toes into something smaller so that I can actually get a game in, and Warcry stood out to me more because of the list building aspect that Kill Team has abandoned. Like you still have the compendium teams for Kill Team, but they're kind of dog shit. Like they're not up there with the bespoke teams. Like they're really like thrown at the curbside for the bespoke teams. Yeah, you've been learning more on Warcry? Yeah, what's up? What have you been learning? Oh, leaning, yeah. My himbo is cap. Yeah. Warcry is very creative. Like there's a lot of fun there's a lot of fun like teams, and I'm very, very happy to see how Warcry like has turned out, because I remember back in 2019 I backed Kill Team. I didn't pick Warcry. Like one of my friends said that he was willing to like play miniatures, but he wanted to play Warcry, and I said, tough luck, because I'm not too big of a fan of like Warcry, man. I'm sorry. Like I'm a 40k guy. I'm not too big of a fan of Age of Sigmar. And they completely threw Kill Team 2019 out the window, and that sucked, honestly. Like the new Kill Team 2022 is, well, that's one of the reasons it's so hard for me to get into it. It's because Kill Team 2019 just felt more free, you know? There was so much freedom in Kill Team 2019 in terms of list building, stuff like that. Sure, they fumbled the expansions, like with Elites. I'm not a big fan of Elites. Age of Ligma. Hello, Mark. How's it going? I hope you're okay. Oh, yes. Thank you for the spam of, what is that, a hand? Oh, it's a heart. Ah. And 100, yeah. My eyes are not as clear as they used to be, I think. That, or just looking at my hair is getting too long. Yeah, I'm liking how these things are turning out. Like the head swap really gives me like good brain chemicals. Like the head the deer head like makes its man, that's been dead for a while. Ah shit. Also, I take it you're on data. Hopefully the storm hasn't been as bad for you guys over at Metro Manila. Like ours is just heavy rains and power outage maybe. That's it. These guys are looking pretty cool. I'm really digging how they're turning out. Like for like a lot of my miniatures are like they are pretty grim dark, and I think I want to try painting something cleaner. So after the Gorger Mawpack, I do have quite a few warbands that I can be painting. It's totally worth it. No. Yeah, let me just show you guys what the warbands are like. Okay, I do have this like standard issue like blue nippers. The hobby nippers are like the blue hobby nippers are like golden, honestly. I would get a god hand, honestly. I would get a god hand eventually. Just to like make content out of it, but like if I weren't a content creator, I would never get it. Okay, so I want to show you guys like some of the pickups. These are like I really wanted to collect these because they're like out of what does my mouth do? I wanted to collect these because they were out of print. And these ones are salties. Iron Golem. Like the Iron Himbos. Look at them. Look how cool these guys are. Look at that. How nice. Like you get the Dominar. You got Dominar, you got Ogre Breacher. So they're like a mix of different fantasy races. So the Dominar is like, you know, standard human being. You got the Ogre. You got the Prefector, who is, you know, another standard human being. And then you got the Dwarf, the Armator, which is really cool. Like, I like the diversity here. Like the Drill Master. Like, Age of Sigmar has like a good mix of like male and female models in their like in their rosters. We don't quite see that in Warhammer 40k because it was like baked into the lore. But for Age of Sigmar, it's like different. It's a little more like, you know, like a little bit more diverse. So the models don't look like they don't look boring. Unfortunately, like Ages for 40k, as much as I love 40k so much, it's like the models start to look like a pile of whatever color they're painted sometimes. That's how monotonous they can get. And like Kill Team is a good answer to that because it's like specialized little individual units, individual like models. But Warcry like takes up a notch. Here's another one that's like out of print. This is the Untamed Beasts, and once again Himbos, more Himbos. But this time we got dog. So we got First Fang, which fantastic looking like model. Like I used to be so afraid to paint skin tones, but after the first one I painted, I'll show you guys that last. It became like skin tones became a lot more fun to me now that I've actually tried painting skin tones. So we got First Fang, we got Heart Eater, who is the big boss of the team, and he looks fantastic. Look at that. How fantastic he looks. Like the models look so nice. They have Prey Takers, they have Plains Runner. Plains Runners. We got Rock Tusk Prowler, who's like, you know, little dog cat thing. And then a Beast Speaker. It's like these whips, like Warcry really loved the whips and ropes that are like dangling, they give me a heart attack because I have broken one already. And then we have the Tarantulas brood. Ah! No one saw that. We got Tarantulas brood. The spider boys. Spider-esque boys. I did not want these, but they were out of print. So I might as well collect them because I'm never gonna get them again. Like, and because I am deathly afraid of spiders. I hate spiders so much. I don't know why I picked these up. Like, these literally come with like little spider boys that I have to paint. Sorry, not just little spider boys. There's like small spiders, more small spiders, and one big ass spider that I don't want to like paint, but I have to. So, and because the reason for that is like, whenever I paint, I'm usually looking at reference. Like when you see me looking here, like here right now, I'm usually like looking at my screen for chat and screen for reference. And I'm gonna have to look at so many spiders when I'm painting these guys because they have spider motif like heads and webs and actual spiders, and I hate it. I'm glad that they're in my collection. It's gonna be ass to paint them. And these guys are the unmade. These ones were my absolute top pick because of how cool they are. Like, they are like Silent Hill-esque, and they look amazing box art style. Unfortunately, I don't think I can ever match the heavy metal team in terms of painting, but we did finish them. I did off stream. Let me just get my battle lunchbox. Yep. And here we go. Like on the plate. Like look at this. Look at this is a magnetic plate because I have magnets on the bases, so I can like flip them. They're still there, and then they can like. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, hell yeah! Look at them. Let me just arrange them. Like these are like, I am so proud of these. I am so proud of how these guys turned out. Like they aren't as good. Oh no, this one just came off. Yeah, I think I ran out of like super glue. Oh no, I didn't. Don't worry. He's fine. Trust, I hope. Like, don't worry about it. He's fine. He's totally fine, guys. He's okay. Yeah, just stay there, brother. Okay, we're not gonna pick him up. We're gonna wait for him to dry. Because some of these like are in like really janky poses. Like this, I'm so proud of. Like he is in the Naruto run pose. Like some content creators call him like literally just call him Naruto. So I wanted, like, he comes with a rock, with like a tactical rock somewhere. I forgot where I put it, but I chopped out the tactical rock and then put like a tombstone base for him. So now he's on like this little like tombstone. Like he's like standing. He's got foot. Like he's got foot on it. So it looks like he's like jumping, using the tombstone as like sort of momentum. You know how like Naruto jumps through trees, stuff like that. Yeah, look at that. And then there was a little error. This little blood spot is actually me dropping the glue on the base. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna paint it red. So it looks like blood. Yeah. And yeah, these guys, like, I used a lot of like Silent Hill reference to just paint the colors. These were so cool. Like this guy is the cream of the crop out of these. This guy's the leader. He's called the Blissful One, and he just looks absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed painting the heck out of this model. Like, yeah, he's got like a peephole in the middle, like You know, he's actually just a guy and not any like any sort of supernatural being. And yeah, like we got more of these, like more of these Naruto runners on the bases. The bases are really like I think the bases really bring them in together. These are actually graveyard bases that I printed out. And unfortunately there was like a little bit of warping with the print. But you know, we'll still use them. Doesn't really like change anything. My only comment with this is that there's so much brown. There's so much brown in my paint scheme. Like I painted too much brown in the paint scheme, and I wish I used a different color for the leather, some of the leather. But yeah, this is the whip guy. I actually broke his whip, and it just got rescued by like super glue. And he turned out pretty well. I think these guys turned out pretty nicely. Let's not pick the guy up. We got the guy with boy with spear. And yeah, they are like I think they're super cool. Like the Unmade is just one of the better models. Unfortunately, they're being discontinued, but they are one of the better models that came out of Games Workshop. Like in terms of like aesthetics, I think they're one of my favorites. Look at that. Yeah, and then this guy who just fell out. I gave him like a little like fence base that he's stepping on. Yeah, there we go. I think that like for someone who's for someone who's painted skin for the very first time, I think they turned out pretty okay. I mean, they're not gonna be winning any awards anytime soon, but I think they turned out pretty okay. And I'm very proud of them. Oh no, he fell. No, my boy. I think he just wasn't correctly like magnetized. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. But yeah, that was my Unmade. And I have other boxes. Too many boxes, honestly. Too many boxes. I don't know what the hell like I was thinking. But yeah, I have other boxes that I am going to be making videos, like hard videos on, and not gonna be on stream. So like stream is more like, it's more gonna be like a check, you know, like a check of like, hey, where am I progressing with things? And then you'll eventually see that whatever I'm working on a video. Like for example, I'll be making a video on the Gorger Mawpack and why I like them. Obviously, I'm not gonna name the series why I like it because miniature, what's it called? Tabletop Minions, the YouTube channel already is like Uncle Adam over there is already doing that. So we're gonna do something similar-ish. Like I want to talk about things that I like about the hobby, but I also want to talk about the cons. There are a lot of cons in getting into this miniatures hobby, because it definitely the hobby is miniature, but the stuff you need is definitely not miniature. I have an entire new desk filled with things and filigree and different like apparatuses that are just for miniature painting. Like I have a whole rack of paint. Like I have hundreds of bottles of paint right here, and I don't think I would have ever gotten them organized if I didn't have a 3D printer. But yeah, those are the models that I'm like super excited to paint. Eventually, but not now. Not in recent time. For now, let's focus on this. I just wanted to show you guys, give you guys a little intermission. And for now, let's work on this. Like this, I usually leave the leader last because leaders are usually the what's it called, the centerpiece model. Like they are the ones going to be noticed first. Because usually they have like a pretty cool pose that makes them noticeable. And yeah, it's been quite the road to like get here. Like just I think I've spent like maybe a week and a half painting these guys. Like another video idea I wanted to do is I wanted to expand on the short I made, the 3 things I like about miniature painting, and I want to make a video about miniature painting, pros and cons, but more from a perspective of a beginner like me. Like, because there are like obviously like for professionals, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, miniature painting is fantastic, it's great. That's because they do it for their livelihood. It's like asking a photographer if photography is great. You know, you're obviously gonna get the answer saying that, hey, yeah, it's fantastic, bro. So I want to like make, while I'm still a newbie, you know, new to the hobby, I want to make a video on miniature painting as a beginner and talk about the pros and cons. Like, should you get into it? Like, yeah, if ever you were to like, if as a beginner, how would I recommend miniature painting to you? You know, like stuff you need to keep in mind, like stuff that, like, as a person you may need to be to actually get into miniature painting, because it's like there are some difficulties, like not only in terms of financial stuff, because this is a very expensive hobby. Like, thankfully there are a lot of paint brands in the Philippines that are like cheap-ish. It's still 100 pesos per, it's like 120 pesos per bottle, 140 of paint. And usually I'm using like 8 colors, like I'm using like 8 to 10 colors, or like different shades of that color. So, you know, it could easily rack up the price of the model. So the model, like if you were to buy Gorger Mawpack, like it's around 2,800 or 3,000, which is roughly $60 in the US. So $60 on top of another $20 for paint. But if you're going for the more expensive paint, like Games Workshop paint, that's like $10 a pot. You could easily like be racking up like maybe $200 just to paint out this like entire kit. And like, what about the paintbrushes? What about the palettes? What about the paint handle? What about the other things you want to add? Like, for example, like are you just gonna put them on a plain base and that's it? Like, you spent this much time and then you're gonna put your model on a plain base, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, as like for my models, I usually print out a base, because I already went the extra mile, like painting them and converting them, adding extra bits. I might as well, like, you know, finish and put them on a nice base to, like, you know, get everything like cohesive. Yeah, it can be very expensive to like get into this hobby. I guess like it begs the question, like, is the stress relief worth it? Because it definitely relieves a lot of stress for me. Like, especially after a long day's work, this is one of the things I look forward to. Like, just sitting down and painting. It is like a joy to me. Sit down and paint miniatures. But there was a good time as a beginner. I was so fixated. Like, I was so fixated on just like getting the Games Workshop like method of painting right, because that's like as a beginner you kind of want to like pick up good habits, right? Like, that's good intentions. Like, you want to pick up good habits to paint your miniatures well, but looking at the Games Workshop box art and telling yourself that I want something like that, it's an almost impossible dream. You got to be really, really like talented to like actually, as a beginner, like copy whatever the heavy metal team is doing, because they've been doing this for a while. Ever since Games Workshop has been out, they've been doing this. So it's been you have like you have that unrealistic expectation set in your head. Okay, what is this? Reminds me of that one guy who dumps paint onto their models. Yeah, and we don't no shaming on that, but like, be patient. I think there was this one post I could talk about this. I think, and my opinion on it. Like, there's no shame in painting poorly. Like, I mean, if you were to compare my work with, let's say, like miniature painters who are well seasoned, my work is pretty poor. It's pretty piss poor. But like, you like, I usually think that there are like things that we can be improving on, and being a little bit more patient with your miniatures can go a long way, and not just like grabbing paint bottle and then just squirting all over the miniature and then just getting a brush and then just that's not gonna work out. I don't think it's something that you should be gunning for. I understand there's not enough time, but you gotta like think about, like, when it's time to improve. But usually, like, when you're tired, get in your comfort zone. No, there's no shame in it. But when you know you got the time, work on it. Work on improving. Right now, I'm taking baby steps. I think everyone should try to take baby steps, especially when you're not a like miniature painting professional. Your life is not on the line when it comes to like painting minis. Take baby steps. Like, for this, I need to develop the habit of like not overbrushing my contrast paint, because the brush strokes get developed over the miniature, or over the texture. Like, the texture of the brush stroke shows over the paint, and I don't want that. So I need to like learn how to, like, instead of those like sketch lines where I keep doing this, I gotta like long confident lines. To avoid like any texture. But the thing is, like, miniature painting is like a good mix of people. It's not just like, it's such a odd hobby because it's a multifaceted hobby. Like, unlike Magic the Gathering, okay, Magic the Gathering is the one I'm gonna compare because that's the one I'm most familiar with and most I'm most invested in. So for Magic the Gathering, it's like you buy the cards, you build the deck, and that's it. There's no additional thing that you can do for the cards aside from like maybe getting a getting an like collecting the alternate art or secret layer version of it. There's no like unlike Warhammer and like sorry, I should just call it like what it is, like miniature painting and wargaming. There is the building of the army, and then there's the building of the army like list-wise, and then there's the building the army physically by, you know, building the models, and then you have to paint the models. So there's quite a lot of like facets to the hobby of miniature painting and wargaming. It can actually be very difficult, especially for the bigger formats. Like let's say if I were to like play Warhammer 40k full size 2k army, I don't even know where to begin on how to like bring it over to wherever the tournament is or wherever the game area is. Where do I begin? It's such a big amount of models. I think a good example I think is like there's a lot of like people who just do the hobby because they want to experience one aspect of it. Like there are a lot of people who like to paint the miniatures and like play is secondary or even none at all. Like I know some miniature painters who love painting Warhammer miniatures and they don't even play because yeah, they just Games Workshop just makes some pretty good, damn good models. And there are some like players who are on the other side of the spectrum that they don't really care about the art aspect. They just want to play. So what they do is just they build it, they slap on paint, and that's it. Like they gotta meet. I think there's a minimum requirement for tournaments. I think 3 colors and then based. So like, you know, as long as you meet those 3 colors and then basing, you're good. For me, I think I'm in the middle. Because there's 2 sides of the spectrum, but you're never really on like on the very far edge or the very far, like you're never really on the very far edge. There's usually like you're usually in the middle, you know, like somewhere in the middle. And for me, I'm leaning towards more of painting, but I'm not going to like abandon or like shut myself off of the playing aspect. Because I think it's a good way to spend time with your friends. I think it's a fantastic way to spend time with friends. Playing with miniatures. You know? Another con I can think of is like miniature painting is a very lonely hobby. Like this isn't an original idea. This is an idea that resonates with a lot of like content creators who are into miniature painting. Because you tend to sit, especially the more you're into miniature painting, the more time you usually spend on the model. And yeah, it can get really lonely because it's just you sitting down with a paintbrush and a model. And painting models can take hours, even days, just to finish it, especially if you're going for an award, like maybe like something like a golden demon or a local award for your scale model. It can get extremely lonely because you're alone. You are like taking on this task alone because you wanna maybe win a prize or want recognition. Yeah, that's another con of miniature painting. For me, the loneliness doesn't bother me too much just because Salty's setup is like right next to mine. So it's very easy to just like look to my left and say, hey, how you doing over there? Yeah? But not everyone's gonna get that. I don't think everyone has that like opportunity, you know? I'm not too big of a fan of this manscape. Like, I think I could have splashed some sort of color onto him, onto this cape. So maybe we'll try a different color. Or like maybe blending another color in. I'm not so sure. But for now, I'm not too big a fan. Try painting my Minotaur and I just get in the zone. Yeah, like honestly, if I'm not speaking and painting, I just get in the zone. It's very, very hard for me to like not like. It's very hard for me to like do anything else. I am very, very like focused usually when it comes to like miniature painting. Yeah. But let me know how the stream quality is. Like I'm still like getting around to like streaming again from from a especially long break. It was very long. I think that's another video I want to make. This stuff I bought as a beginner. Yeah, I bought some stuff. I might as well show it off, I guess. Just so, you know, just stuff that I don't regret buying. And stuff that then another video is like stuff I regret buying. Maybe we can make it a two-parter, you know? I think I should have just stuck with like another color for this. This cape color is not doing it for me. I'm not digging them. Oh. Yeah, the act of miniature painting. I should just hit this maybe with a sienna. Maybe I don't know. I'm so afraid to like try out maybe a splash of like red. We'll see. We can always cover it up. Sorry. I finished my coffee. I've been so at it with coffee. Like I've been craving coffee so much. Huh? Well, I just drank coffee. I'm gonna like hyper, you know, it'll be palpitating. Yeah, we're gonna use armored Komodo bone cloth next. Ah, no, it just dripped. Dripped. Bone claw is the color I use for the bones. Oh, I would have figured. But yeah, this is the color I use for the bones. It's like a dark brown with a yellow tint. Got that yellow tinge on it. I want the bones to look aged, you know, like it's been there for a while. Then I can hit with maybe an old robe, which is a yellowish white, like like bring back the aging a bit, but still wanna make it look stained, just like how it is here. Like this one's a little bit more extreme, so I may need to like redo a bit of it. Like this guy, he's got a little bit of like a yellowish bone for the mask. He's got quite a lot of bone like picked into his skin. It's been pretty nice to me. No! Oh no, oh no. That's an oh no. The leg got hit with the wrong color. It's got like the. That's okay. We'll fix it. Hmm? We'll fix it in post.
That's the way computers talk to each other.
I don't think I'll ever be like a professional miniature painter just because I don't think I have the patience for it. Maybe like a hobbyist, yeah. Like I'm just at the hobbyist level. I don't think I would ever like get there. Like you can tell me, yeah, sure, yeah, you can do it. You have time if you have the time. Like, but the thing is, like, I don't think spending that much time to learn the miniature painting skill at a level that would make it so that I would like be winning awards and making money by commissions. I don't think it's something I would like to do. Because I'm very like selfish, I guess, when it comes to my art. Like, I don't like doing art because I'm being told to do it. I want to make art because I want to. Like, I want to paint miniatures because I want these miniatures to look a certain way. I don't want to be painting miniatures because someone is paying me to do it. And if I don't, I'll starve. That's something I want. And I thought about that. Yeah, it's not really something I want. Miniature painting as a hobby. Hi Sam! Welcome, welcome! Yes, we're just painting. Just painting boys. This is what I've been doing, honestly. Like, the past 2 months, I feel like a crazy person. I feel like a fucking crazy person in this, like, on this desk. Just, just head down, painting, like, tiny plastic men. But I enjoy it. It's embarrassing for me to, like, to admit, but I enjoy just sitting down and painting these tiny plastic men. Sometimes resin. Maybe metal. Hopefully not lead. I'm so afraid of the lead miniatures. Like, ever since I've heard about the original Games Workshop miniatures were shipped in lead, I'm just like, how? Why? I'm pretty sure it's like safe lead, right? Right? But yeah. I don't know what it is. What constitutes safe lead, but hopefully. Oh yeah, good luck with work. Holy shit, 5 a.m. You are working hard. Damn. Yeah. Best of luck with work. Moving on to your face now. What's up? I'm a big fan of heavy metal. What does that mean? Oh, is it actually heavy metal? Yeah, I love tungsten too. Okay, there was I guess we can do like story time while I'm doing this. There was a time, right? So I just got started with like miniature painting and airbrushing. Airbrush is right here. I have like a cheapo airbrush because I would never like spend on expensive stuff. Like honestly, like I am in terms of like hobby tools, I am the cheap. Like I want to achieve the maximum with the minimum amount of tools, or like whatever the like I don't want any top shelf gear. I want like bog standard, like cheap old gear. Like I want to make the most out of those. Yeah. So yeah, I was painting with my airbrush and I was using black primer on my hands. So like my entire hand was just covered with black primer. And the thing about acrylic is once it sets and dries, it's kind of hard to get off. So for a good 2 weeks, I had black nails. It looks like I was like, it looks like it was like poorly applied, like manicure. So you got turning emo. Yeah, I had like the emo phase, you know, 'cause tonight will be the night. Yeah. What other stories can I tell from miniature? It's also one of the things I want to do for shorts because I'm really just thinking of ideas for shorts, right? If you guys have any ideas, you know, hit me with them. I want them to be living my head rent free. But yes, ideas for shorts. Because I don't know, like I don't know what to talk about with miniature painting. Like, honestly, like, I have some video ideas because like I want to do some basic shit first for the videos. I want to like do some basic stuff for the videos because I don't want to do anything too crazy. Because if I do something too crazy, I know I'll get sidetracked and the video idea is gonna get too big for me to actually do. And I hate it when it happens because the idea becomes too precious to do because like I don't have the skill to do it. Maybe something about what goes in mind for color scheme of minis. I think that's a good shorts idea. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do that one. That's one. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Miniature painting kind of hard. Feet. Just painting this feet. Like there are some techniques that are like incredibly like just daunting to me. Like especially glazing. Glazing is like my all-time weakness. I feel like I'll eventually get it if I actually practice it. It's something I wanna like find an excuse to do for. Also, comparison of your painting skills when your old mini versus current mini. Like what you've learned. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, learning to be a little bit more patient. Like another one is like getting over the fear of miniature painting, because the biggest fear I think most new miniature painters have is like, and it's happened to me too, like this is the first one I've painted, right? This is the first one like for this Gorger Mawpack, and as you progress through the different like miniatures, you progressively get better, you find new techniques, you find faster ways to do things. So mini 1 will never look like the mini number 5 in this case in terms of like skill level, especially if you're just new. And I think people should just get over it and try their best. Just bite the bullet. It's going to happen. So if it's inevitably gonna happen, you might as well just get started with the miniature painting rather than not painting at all. So many shorts ideas. I need to write these down. I need to rewatch the stream after I'm like done. Yes, I appreciate you guys for like dropping in on the stream. It's like, it's been really tough to get back into streaming for me. because streaming is a dream that I've always had as a kid, but as an adult, I know for a fact that I don't have what it takes right now. And there are a lot of steps that I gotta take to actually get to where I want to be in terms of streaming. And I tend to give up because it's one of the things that it's like, it's secondary to me. It's not a primary need. Like, I'd rather be able to, like, provide and do the things that need to be done and leave streaming on the sideline, Matters is you've done the hardest part, which is streaming again. Yeah, that's tough. Tough to, like, get back on the horse, get back on the saddle. Thank you for helping me, Salty. I appreciate it. I hope I'm painting, like, I'm trying to paint in the middle. There's like there's a big red X. There's a big red X on my screen that shows me where I should put the camera. Where should I put the mini? But I'm never painting there. I'm painting here. Should just draw a big red X on my, like, cutting mat. That'd be super funny for me to actually do. I'm actually glad though that I did follow through with the promise I made to myself that, like, if I were to buy, like, equipment for the setup, which I did. We did buy, like, equipment for the setup. I would start streaming again, and I'm so glad I did. I was so scared to stream again. Like, I'm so glad that I actually did start again. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Woo! Yeah! Ah, God damn. How many hours have I streamed? Yeah, we reached the 1 hour. Okay, we're good. We're good. Good. We're hitting stream right now. I'm hitting the end stream button. I'm kidding now. But yeah, I am going to wrap up though, because miniature painting is a little bit. It's a little bit, like, it takes a lot out of me. But streaming and talking for stream and miniature painting takes a lot out of me. But I am glad I did it. Because, okay, hold up. I need to, like, move this there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now, no one saw that. No one saw my legs. But yeah, anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked the stream. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more of my YouTube content. And I really appreciate the warm welcome. I know I quit streaming a lot. I don't know. I don't want to make any promises. I really don't want to make any promises to you guys. But I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, like, coming back to support me. I am, however, posting a lot of posting some shorts. So hopefully that goes well. Yeah. Yeah, I'll catch you guys. I will be out till Monday. So I will catch you guys on Monday or Tuesday. I'll catch you guys Tuesday. For now, bye-bye. Otsu gang. Yippee.